Imagine planning the largest military invasion in human history. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers, thousands of ships, entire supply chains stretched across oceans, and before the first soldier even touches American soil, your invasion has already failed. Because invading the United States isn't just difficult, it's almost impossible. In fact, when you look at geography, military power, and the structure of American society, you begin to understand why no country on Earth has ever seriously attempted it. If you enjoy deep geopolitical breakdowns like this, make sure to follow this channel and drop a like, because here we explain how power in the world really works. Now let's start with the biggest reason. First, geography. The United States is protected by two gigantic natural barriers, the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Most countries have neighbors directly on their borders. The U.S. does not face major hostile powers next door. Instead, any invading army would first need to cross thousands of kilometers of open ocean. That alone is a logistical nightmare. During World War II, the famous D-Day invasion required around 150,000 soldiers and thousands of ships just to cross the English Channel. That distance was only about 30 kilometers. Now imagine trying to launch a similar invasion, but across an ocean that is 5,000 to 8,000 kilometers wide. Ships would be exposed for weeks, and during that time, the U.S. Navy, the most powerful navy in the world, would detect and destroy them long before they reach the coast, which leads to the second reason. American military dominance. The United States spends more on its military than the next several countries combined. It operates the largest navy on Earth, including 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. These floating air bases allow the U.S. to project power anywhere on the planet. But they also serve another purpose: defense layers. Long before an enemy fleet approached North America, it would already be tracked by satellites, submarines, radar networks, and carrier strike groups. Modern warfare is not fought blindly. Every large military movement on Earth is visible from space. An invasion fleet cannot hide. But let's imagine something even more unrealistic. Let's say an enemy somehow manages to reach American shores. The problem doesn't end there. Because the United States is enormous, it is roughly the size of an entire continent. Even if an invading army captured a coastal city, they would still face thousands of kilometers of territory, massive infrastructure networks, and an enormous defending military. But there's another factor that most people forget: the population. The United States has over 330 million people, and millions of them own firearms. In a worst-case scenario, an invading force wouldn't just face the U.S. military. They would face a heavily armed civilian population across a country the size of Europe. Historically, occupying hostile territory is one of the hardest things any military can attempt. Now imagine doing that in a country this large, this wealthy, and this armed. And finally, there's nuclear deterrents. The United States possesses one of the largest nuclear arsenals in the world. Any country attempting a full-scale invasion would be risking mutually assured destruction, which means the cost of even trying could be the end of civilization itself. When you combine all these factors, geography, oceans, military dominance, population size, and nuclear weapons, the picture becomes clear. Invading the United States isn't just unlikely, it's strategically irrational. And that's why, in the modern world, wars against the U.S. are almost never fought by invasion. They are fought through economics, technology, influence, and proxy conflicts instead. Because attacking America directly is a battle almost no country could ever win. And if you want to understand the real systems of global power, the strategies, the hidden advantages, and the geopolitical realities shaping our world. Make sure to subscribe to the Power System, because the most important battles in history are not always the ones fought on the battlefield.